Well, let's get some reaction from the city of Christchurch now. We speak to Amber Rex. She is a South African who's living in New Zealand. Amber joins us live via Skype this morning. Hi there, Amber. Let's begin with just where you are in proximity to where the attacks happened and what's going on in New Zealand at this hour.
Hi, good evening from New Zealand. So I'm based in Christchurch, which was probably about 2 minutes away from the attacks late this afternoon, at about 7 minutes to 2. Terrible, absolutely atrocious situation for us to be in. The atmosphere here in Christchurch it's so ominous. It's like this real heavy cloud across New Zealand, especially across Christchurch. It's devastating for the New Zealand community. We are a one people. We all come together and we mourn grief bravely for all the different people who've been affected. I'm heartbroken myself for all the families and the people who've been affected by this situation. It's an absolute travesty.
In all this grief and horror, Amber, the one question that has been unanswered, I suppose, at this point is about whether there'd been any sense among yourselves as a local community that a terror attack or hate crime of this nature was somehow brewing in Christchurch.
I work in the medical fraternity. I'm a registered nurse, and obviously you'll always find discord amongst different people, different communities, different nationalities. New Zealand and Christchurch particularly, we are very much community-based or community-orientated. So as far as we're aware, there wasn't any sort of predisposition or anything that we were aware of that might have happened or that was sort of pending or forthcoming. This was a complete shock to the local community. Like I say, we're all grieving, all mourning for everyone here who's been involved.
And take us back to those moments when you and some of the other people where you are found out that there had been an attack on the first mosque, and then soon after news broke of an attack at a second location. And what was going on when you all find out? Did you all know what to do, or was there just a broader state of panic?
There wasn't a state of panic, as we've all been trained. Coming from South Africa particularly, unfortunately, we used to sort of a crisis situation. Everywhere the local city or community of Christchurch was put on lockdown, including all the local schools. Far as sort of 30 kilometres, 40 kilometres away, everyone was on lockdown for about 3 hours. But within the medical facility where I was working, absolute calm, the staff knew exactly what to do. We were able to follow process and procedure down to the T. The local community policemen and ambulance service were absolutely phenomenal with managing the crisis and deviating patients through to the appropriate medical facilities, so Christchurch Hospital. It was just a real amazing situation to be in, the sense to see such a community involvement with all the emergency services coming together and creating this general sense of calm. There was ongoing updates via the news and via social media. So there definitely wasn't a situation of panic in the situation where I was involved. The medical facility where I work, it's an accident and emergency unit. It was just complete calm. We were waiting to receive patients. But the St. John ambulance and the police were amazing.
And just on your work that you work at a hospital. And the one thing that New Zealand does deal with quite often in terms of emergencies would be earthquakes. And I'm curious about this, just the differences in response to a mass shooting and what would be the usual natural disaster stuff that comes before you, and just the level, again, of preparedness in the treatment.
So we have policies and procedures in place. We have lockdown facilities and procedures which are available to us, and the staff are well trained and well versed in dealing with crisis situations such as earthquakes and natural disasters. This obviously was quite different in the sense from the national earthquake that we had most recently, whereas there we had no electricity or internet facilities. So there wasn't that ongoing update, whereas this one we still had access to all your internet and all your local media. So in that respect, we were relatively lucky to just have those continuous updates from the police and ongoing support from our management staff, who were really, really phenomenal. Again, everyone was able to maintain the calm, and the situation was really, really well maintained and controlled.
A quick final question. New Zealand often praised for just the level of safety and the low levels of crime there. Has what happened today changed your perception, especially as someone who comes from South Africa?
No, definitely not. I'm absolutely 100%. My children were in lockdown at a school about 25 minutes away from where I was. So the school was on lockdown. I completely had trust in the school that they had policies and procedures to maintain the children's safety. I love New Zealand. I love South Africa, but I love New Zealand equally. And I had no qualms or fears for my safety or any of my family. Okay. New Zealand still is and maintains to be a safe country.
Amber X, South African living in Christchurch, New Zealand, thank you.